before I start the story, was not aware we were going to go do that activity. I didn't know we were gonna go canoeing because the whole day was a surprise. I was just along for the ride. I was not dressed for it at all. I was wearing a crop top, a slight turtleneck, long sleeve shirt, a skirt, fishnets, my little combat boots, and then they're like, Ran, you're getting in a canoe. I'm like, huh? And it wasn't like I was by myself, it was all three of us, all in one canoe. Like I said, I wasn't aware we were gonna go canoeing, and I had brought like my little backpack, my little like purse backpack full of stuff, full of like my things. And we started walking over, and I'm like, oh, should I leave this in the truck? And Hyrney and Swimmer had both gone canoeing before, never had a wipeout, never tipped over, so they were like, no, you're fine, bring it. You'll be fine, bring it. So I brought it. Also, even if I didn't want to, the truck was locked, so I couldn't put it back without Swimmer, and Swimmer was like, nah, you're fine. So we put on our life jackets, and we start walking to the canoe, and I've got my things. And I remember I made a comment to her, and I said, oh, I feel stupid in a life jacket. I want to take it off, but I'm not going to because I know it's important to have it on. Oh, man. My foreshadowing. And so then we all got in the canoe. And as the guy, the main, like, one running the canoes, was pushing us out into the water, he was like, oh, there's no water coming in the front, is there? And Hyrney was in the front, and he's like, oh, no, I don't see anything. The guy was like, good, I hope the patchwork does, like, holds up. What do you mean? What do you mean patchwork? And we were out in the water, and I told her, and I was like, I really hope he was making a joke and that he didn't actually mean that. Hyrney was like, oh no, he meant it. I see it where he patched it up. You couldn't lie to me. You couldn't just, pretend. And the whole time we're out there, we each have like the one paddle for one side, and then you have to like flip it to do the paddling. I didn't paddle at all. I had my oar like across my lap, and my hands gripping both sides of the canoe in fear because we're rocking back and forth the entire time. We're like not keeping a stable balance. We're every now and again tipping and tipping and tipping. And so I wasn't comfortable paddling because I thought we were going to die. And also the funny part is, at one point I had when we first got in there, I had my bag on the floor of the canoe by my feet. And something just told me to put it in my lap instead. And I was like, no, I'm gonna hold on to this. I picked it up in my lap, and I was just holding on for dear life, had my legs together, just like kind of hunched over, scared. And we see a boat go down across the river far away from us, and we're like, oh, look at him go. Hyrney makes a funny joke, let's fight it, let's go meet it, crash into it. We're like, no. So the boat goes, Swimmer puts his paddle in the water to stop us, and we wait there for a minute, and then we start going again after the boat leaves. Then a speedboat comes by and whooshes, and it's a little bit closer. There's waves, and we like whoosh, whoosh. And the last one was a really big wave, and when we land, we kind of wobble again. We tip to this side, tip to this side, tip to this side a little too much. Water splashes in. We all I scream. Swimmer and Hyrney laugh, and then we full tip the other way. And we have all of our things. Swimmer has his car keys, his wallet, his phone. Hyrney has his phone, his wallet. I have my bag with everything. We all resurface, and I'm like holding my bag up with one hand, on the verge of tears, freaking out. I'm holding my bag up with one hand, and then Hyrney's like, oh, here, we're renting my phone. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just be the, in charge of all of our things in this water. And And they start talking about how they were gonna try to tip the canoe back over, but I'm freaking out, barely hearing them, and I swim to the canoe and I like try to get on it. I was the worst person in this situation, but in my panic I tried to like use it as support and kind of get not on it, but like hold on to it to keep myself up, even though I had the life vest. And I'm like, I'm hard breathing, panicking. I can't think. And eventually they're just like, all right, here's, I guess, some kind of plan. We're gonna tip this back over, try to get the water out. I'm like, how are we gonna do that? My first thought I hear is tip the canoe back over, so I try to pull it over. And it, like, you know, the bottom is to the bottom, the top is to the top, but it still has water in it. So it flips back over almost on me, because I wasn't doing it right. I've never done this, I didn't know what to do. Eventually, the speedboat comes around again, and they kind of slow down near us, and I hear a woman on there say, oh, do you guys need help or anything? We can help you. And Hyrney and Swimmer are both like, no, we're good, as I'm freaking out. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? And they kind of like hover around us still, and they're like, are you sure we can do something? If you, I don't know what we can do, but we can help you. And I just say, please. And then Hern's like, actually, can you pick her up? They're like, yeah, we can do that. So they get closer, we get me over to them. I grab everyone's things, and then I get in the boat with them, and they take me back to shore real quick. And there's like a bunch of campers and RVs all over, so I'm in someone's like camper reserve lot. But I'm just like chilling, hanging out there, dripping, shaking with all of our items. And then they go back over to Hyrney and Swimmer to figure out if they need more help. And eventually what they ended up doing was Hyrney got into the boat, and they tipped over the boat, the canoe, got the water out by putting it on the boat, getting the water out, and then Swimmer took it back to land. Because otherwise we'd have to pay for it, and we're not doing that. So Hyrney's with me, we go meet Swimmer, we come out, go back to the main building, and the guy's like, oh, you guys are wet. Shut your mouth! Thankfully there were showers and bathrooms to change in, and we did bring extra clothes. I brought like everything extra. Hyrney and Swimmer brought some extra. So I had extra everything, and then we had to make a stop at Walmart to get them like new shoes and stuff. I wasn't smart, no. Hyrney told me to bring extra. I thought we were going to like an amusement park with water rides, and that was for me after I got wet, that I could just change. No! He was just like, well, you know, just in case the canoe tips over. It probably won't, but just in case, because you never know. He was the smart one. Except he set it up, so maybe not. I don't know. We changed and got dry-ish, except for Hyrney and Swimmer. They had to go get extra clothes. And then afterwards, we went to a boat museum. Yeah, he got me everything, but not himself everything. He got like an extra shirt, pants, and socks, but he didn't get himself extra shoes, but I did. And Swimmer, same. He also didn't bring other shoes. Thankfully, though, everything that was in my bag, all of our phones, all of our keys, all of our wallet stuff, everything survived. Not a single issue with the phones. I had 2 battery packs in there. Both of those are fine. I had my charger in there too. That's fine. Everything is fine. Everything survived. We didn't lose anything. We got everything, and it was all, we dried it all out, and everything worked. The one thing that didn't survive was like one antacid tablet. My sanity! I meant physical items. When did this happen? Sunday. So yesterday.